right, I've got you in
That worked.
ISO. So the schedule event worked?
Yep, we are good to go.
Okay.
We're on the.
All right.
So I'll do that from now on too. I'll create an event, and if we get this thing to me early, I'll go ahead and create the event and have it. All right. And that way we can get it on Facebook and share it out and invite people and all that.
YouTube's running. Both YouTube are running, so we're
Twitter
cooking with peanut oil.
I didn't do a tweet, so should probably do that.
And I did not add any special terminology in the tweet, so
Jeff Him PBP.
90 seconds.
Okay.
All right, 45 to ID.
You got it.
All right, 30. Go and mute. Following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. And welcome into a Friday edition of Main Street Sports Today. On the program, our weekly visit with the Sounds play-by-play man Jeff Him. Talk a little Nashville baseball. Also, our buddy Pete Weber on the Predators. The season is over. Recap and what's next. We'll get his thoughts on that. Plus, hey, the Titans schedule is out. Doesn't take long. Turn your attention to the NFL and the Titans, and we are going to gladly do that. Plus, our Daily Braves conversation. And look at the weekend ahead. It's all straight ahead on Main Street Sports Today. Happy Friday, everybody. Now to the Hall of Famer Mo Patton and the Sundrop Kid from Alabama, Chris Yao.
Welcome in. It is finally Friday, and we are glad to have you with us here on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. I am Chris Yao. He is Mo Patton. And Mo, what's going on, man?
Well, it's Friday.
We got jobs, though.
We do have jobs. We do have stuff to do.
We do, in fact, have stuff to do. Which is unfortunate, to be honest with you.
But I'm excited. There's a lot going on, a lot of good stuff here over the next couple of days, particularly in our, purview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
We've got a lot going on this weekend, and we'll tell you in the final segment of today what we are looking forward to this weekend. And there is a lot, again, to look forward to, and including this show. We've got an hour and a half jam-packed full of exciting
goodness.
Yeah. Two great guests right here from the Nashville area will join us. Of course, Pete Weber talking Preds post-mortem and also Jeff Him, who is probably in the middle of his 36 holes for today. I don't think he's playing 36.
I hope he's, where?
Jacksonville. They're down in Jayville.
Oh,
so
he might be.
Who knows?
He can get on somewhere down there. has some time to kind of build up some connections and that kind of thing. So yeah, he might be playing.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good show. We've got a lot to talk about yesterday.
Right off the top,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good show, actually.
Our opening pitch comes from
Troy, New York.
Troy, New York. We just learned that Kumar Rocker, who was drafted in the first round and the 10th overall pick to the New York Mets in the 2021 Major League Draft, and was failed to sign because of apparently some medical issues, quote unquote.
There you go.
Well, he is pitching again, and he will find his way to the Frontier League, where the Tri-City Valley Cats will take the former top 10 pick, and he will be eligible for the 2022 Major League Draft, and which is just around the corner, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think it shares time with the College World Series this time around. I'm not sure what the exact date is on it, but it's definitely coming up, and definitely there will be a lot of eyes on it as per usual, and expecting some locals to be involved in it.
We do, in fact, expect some locals to be involved, and also Drew Jones will likely be the number 1 overall pick. So that's
and Vanderbilt fans going to be on pins and needles with regards to that one, I think.
I don't think they need to be worried about pins and needles. They might as well just let that one slide. Number 1 overall pick. He's
tough to think that the number 1 overall pick would not sign.
Yeah. And then Jordan Beck.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. You're right.
Jordan Beck is mocked in the first round. Blade Tidwell is mocked at number 19 in the mock draft, first round mock draft that Jim Callis of MLB.com put up yesterday.
Andrew Gilbert.
Yeah.
In the top.
I knew that
25.
Gilbert and Beck were real close. Yep. Are they not? Are they back to back?
No, not in this.
Okay.
This is just the rankings of prospects.
Okay. I was thinking in Callis's specific mock draft that I saw yesterday. Efforting to get Jim Callis, formerly of Baseball America, on with us next week to talk a little bit about the upcoming draft, perhaps as soon as Monday.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Kumar's able to do in the Frontier League. I'm sure that the Frontier League is probably not looking forward to seeing Kumar Rocker. I wouldn't be.
I think the biggest thing that you're going to want to see out of Kumar Rocker is just to see him pitch.
Can he do it? I mean, I don't see any reason why he can't.
Because again, the medical issues were never really specified last year.
Right.
And, don't know if he has undergone surgery or if he's just been rehabbing all this time or what the situation is. But if there were medical issues that kept him from signing after being drafted 10th overall, whoever does draft him is going to want to see that those medical issues have been addressed and no longer exist.
Whatever they were.
Right.
So yeah, there you go. That's our top story, our opening pitch, and we had another top story. The NFL released its schedule, but we're going to get into that deeper.
1 and 1A.
Yeah, we'll get into to that much deeper in the show, where we'll talk about the biggest games in the National Football League. We'll talk about their scheduling around Christmas and New Year's, which both fall on Sunday this year. Yeah. And college football kind of gets the shaft. So we'll see. We'll talk about that coming up. But I want to send it to the Berg, where JP has Thursday's results and today's schedule, as well as the rest of the weekend schedule on the rundown.
This is the rundown. The Friday Rundown is brought to you by Chip Walters of Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. The voice of the Blue Raiders also wants to be your trusted advisor in real estate. Contact Chip at 615-542-1915 or through his website at choosechip.net. Chip Walters, proud to support local youth sports in southern Middle Tennessee. And we are so thankful for that. Our buddy Chip Walters there. All right, high school baseball and softball from yesterday. And remember, district tournament action here. We'll start with baseball yesterday. Mount Juliet 5-1 winners over Lebanon. It was McCauley 6-3 over Pope John Paul II. Watertown defeated Smith County 8-1, and White House Heritage 10-2 over Fairview, and I believe that gave them a district championship.
It did.
Softball yesterday, Beach 4-3 over Gallatin. Franklin shut out Brentwood. It was Creekwood 8-0 over Montgomery Central. Father Ryan 10-1 over Harpeth Hall. Dixon County 7-1 over Henry County. Siegel defeated Rockville yesterday 9-1. Then did it again 10-0. Station Camp 10-1 over Beach. Stewart's Creek 6-2 winners over Smyrna, but Smyrna beat them in game 2 8-3. Summit 9-8 winners over Columbia, and Westmoreland 6-2 over Watertown. Boys soccer yesterday on the pitch, it was Independence 2-0 over Columbia. I believe our Hall of Famer Mo Patton was in attendance and has content at mainstreetmurray.com if you want to find out more about that one. Harpeth 5-0 over Republic. Hendersonville 4-2 over Station Camp. Laverne 3-1 over Smyrna. STEM Academy 8-0 over Merrill Hyde. Murfreesboro Central Magnet in a tight one 1-0 over Page. Richland defeated Fayetteville 4-1. Oakland shutting out Siegel 1-0. And Watertown 3-1 winners over Smith County. College baseball yesterday. The number 1 team of the country, Tennessee, back in action on a Thursday. This time they get the win 5-2 over Georgia. In college softball yesterday, the OVC tournament down in Oxford, Alabama. Belmont 6-3 winners over UT Martin. And in a marathon at the SEC tournament in Gainesville, Tennessee, 1-0. Was it 13 innings, guys?
It
Is that how long
was.
that went? Man.
Yes.
Almost
Big
2
win.
games.
Almost, yep. The Sounds yesterday with a big win down in Jacksonville, 10-1. We'll hear from the guy that called that one, Jeff Him, coming up in our next segment. So stay tuned. We'll talk Sounds baseball. Schedule on tap for today. High school baseball district tournament action. Lipscomb Academy at MUS. That's a 7 o'clock first pitch. Also at 7.
Not district tournament. These are.
Is this region?
What's that?
Division
This is
2,
regionals
right?
for D2. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Davidson Academy at Trinity Christian, also 7. And then tomorrow, Notre Dame will be taking on Clarksville Academy. High school softball today, Nolensville Summit. That's a 4:30 first pitch. And then Franklin versus Centennial, which will be played at Granny White Park. That's a 5 o'clock first pitch for that one. Weekend series, Tennessee, Georgia continue tonight and tomorrow. Vanderbilt is at Arkansas for a weekend series. MTSU is at Rice. Lipscomb is at Eastern Kentucky. Belmont hosts Eastern Illinois. And Austin P is in Cookeville to take on Tennessee Tech. College softball, the SEC tournament. Tennessee and Missouri should be underway at this moment. They were scheduled for a 2 o'clock first pitch. And then that is ESPN2 for that game. And then the SEC championship game will be tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Also,
Just got that in.
The Deuce. Yeah, I was trying to.
You were
to
watching
pause
me
so
type
I was
it.
watching you type that. OVC tournament, Oxford, Alabama, at 1:30 underway. Belmont and Murray State. All right, Major League Baseball, the Bravos in action with a weekend series at home versus the Padres tonight, 6:20 on Apple Plus. Yes. Tomorrow, an afternoon
Don't
start
remind us.
on FS1 at 3:05, and then Sunday,
Yeah.
10:35 a.m. Central.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On
that right?
Peacock.
On Peacock.
On Peacock.
That is correct. Yes.
What is baseball doing?
We'll talk about it
Yeah, that's
later.
Freed, Freed on the mound tonight against Darvish for the Padres. Morton and Wright, your Saturday, Sunday starters for the Braves. And the Sounds, as mentioned, still in Jacksonville tonight. at 6:05, Saturday at 5:35, and Sunday afternoon at 12:05. We'll talk again to Jeff Him coming up here in just a moment. So elsewhere tonight, the Grizzlies and Golden State, it is Game 6. The Warriors lead this one 3-2. They head back to San Francisco, 9 o'clock Central on the mothership ESPN. And tomorrow, Nashville SC will be taking on Houston, 7:30 tomorrow night. And
I hope they take some Oilers gear with them.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. That is your Friday rundown brought to you by ChooseChip.net. There you go, gentlemen.
All right, let's take a quick break. But before we get out of here, I want to give a special shout out to a great dear friend and 2022 Southeastern Conference Softball Player of the Year, Kendall Beth Sides of Arkansas. A fantastic culmination to a fantastic career. Congratulations to KB. Looking forward to seeing her play this evening and hopefully tomorrow in the SEC Championship against Tennessee. So should be a great remainder of the SEC tournament. So Mo, Jeff Him coming up right after this on Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Stay with us. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in. Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yao, Mo Patton, JP Plant is on the controls back in the Berg. Mo, it's been a pretty good year for the Nashville Sounds. And by pretty good, I mean darn good.
Really good.
They have been fantastic all year long and continue to be down in Jacksonville over the week. I think it's a heck of a game last night with Ethan Small getting 9 Ks. Keston here, Hira 7 ribbies. So yeah, it's a pretty good day.
That ain't bad.
So, what's going to happen this weekend? Well, let's ask Jeff Him, the voice of the Sounds. Jeff, welcome in to the show. It is Friday. How are you?
I'm doing well because it's in the mid-70s in Jacksonville, which is very comfortable. I understand I don't know what it is today. I know yesterday you guys were upper 80s, so I'm good now. I know it's not going to be that way when we come back here in August, so I'm enjoying it while I can. It's very mild today in Jacksonville.
Well, I'll tell you, after your last road trip, you deserve this.
I appreciate that, Mo. I think you're right. I do deserve this. It's not 48 and drizzly like it was in St. Paul.
Yeah. You had this one coming. Yeah, looking at the day by day, I don't know what. Oh, there it is, 22 and 10. If reading is fundamental, Jeff, remember that. Obviously, as Chris said, these guys are off to a great start. And been putting up some big numbers offensively. Just as you look through the day by day, a lot of 7s and 8s and 10s for this team. I mean, they've been really balanced across the board, but the offense, even in the losses, it looks like they've been putting up numbers.
Yeah, I feel like the offense is coming around to kind of match how great the pitching and defense have been all season. There have been a lot of timely hits along the way from the offense, but now I feel like we're getting more of these games where, it's 9, 10, 11 hits for the team, multiple guys, multi-hit efforts, a lot of longer streaks are coming along. It's been a fun offense to watch. And, going into this series, Jacksonville, led by their offense, they are top 5 in just about every power category. Sounds led by their pitching and defense, but now the offense in this series for the Sounds has said, no, I think we're pretty good too. So it's a very well-rounded team, and that's how it's got a record of 22 and 10. It's fun to watch. There are individual performances, like you mentioned, that have been wow moments, like Keston Hira last night. Bryce Terang continues to play as well as we've seen at the AAA level. So consistent. Mark Mathias with an opposite field home run last night. I mean, it's just a really fun group. They're making my job very easy right now with the way they're playing baseball.
Very easy and very fun. And again, as you look through the schedule, they have not lost more than back-to-back games at any point this year. I mean, you can avoid those long losing streaks. That's kind of a key to success there.
Yeah, and I think an interesting component is, there certainly are a good handful of prospects on this team. We've talked about Ethan Small. We've talked about Bryce Terang. You got Mario Feliciano, a couple others in the Brewers' top 30, like our pitcher tonight, Dylan File. But for the most part, it's a little bit older group. And David Stearns was here in Jacksonville earlier in the Brewers' president of baseball operations, and he said, hey, that's by design. This AAA roster, given where we the Brewers are in this window of contention with high expectations to try to get to a World Series, we need a little bit older, more major league experienced team at AAA because, and I'm paraphrasing now for David, but they're not in a rebuild up there where let's just let the young kids play. They need guys who are going to be ready right away if they're called up to the big league level. Not that young guys can be that too, but you get the point. You've got older group guys who've been major leaguers before, and so the Brewers have built a team by design to be a little bit more polished and experienced with their backgrounds, because anybody who's going to be called on is not just going to go to the big leagues, but go to a big league team that's not going to be in a position to kind of wait around for somebody to figure it out up there. You're going to be expected to contribute right away. And I think this is a group that has numerous guys who can do that, whether it is a 22-year-old Bryce Terang or, a 34-year-old like Josh Lindblom and everywhere in between. This group is dynamic and ready to contribute. And, if the Brewers had a bullpen need today, they'd have 5 or 6 guys who are really ready on this Sounds team to go up, not just 1 or 2. Or you see call-ups with other teams. Sometimes that's like, well, by default, this is going to be the guy that goes up. This Sounds team has many, many guys who are kind of raising their hand saying, hey, I'm getting it done down here. I am ready. And they're doing the talking with their play on the field.
Jeff, you bring up an interesting point right there with that specific comment that you made. I don't think you were foretelling anything as you mentioned the Brewer bullpen in particular, but if there was a bullpen need, and this is totally hypothetical right now, last year when they needed somebody in the bullpen, they came and got Ashby, who had been starting all year. Would Ethan Small be a bullpen candidate, or is he strictly a starter at the major league level?
I think it's similar to Ashby in that they, regardless of what they did with Aaron last year, they were forthright in saying, we think he's a starter long term. I think they certainly view Ethan Small as a starter long term. Now, whether they would go the route with Ethan that they did with Ashby, certainly possible. That's just me, observing. Hey, look at the Brewers' rotation. They've got a 6-man rotation right now. They're using Ashby as a starter in the short term. He's kind of gone back and forth, but they've got 5 really good starters. So if Ethan Small is dominating at this level and they feel like he can help them in any capacity, I don't see why they wouldn't try the route that they did with Ashby last year, while still, of course, viewing him long-term as a starter. But that's a pretty tough rotation to crack up there right now. Bullpen's pretty good, too, when you got Hader and Williams at the back end, but still a little bit easier maybe to get into that bullpen if you're at AAA for the Brewers than in that rotation right now, because they've already got 6, and they're not even using Ashby as a full-time starter, and he's got electric stuff, and he's just trying to get a little bit more polished at the big league level.
Jeff Him, the voice of the Nashville Sounds, here with us on Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. And Jeff, as we mentioned, this team has been really good. They've not lost a series yet, so that's positive. And coming back, obviously got the weekend series finishing up the 3 games in Jacksonville, but you come back next week and the Louisville Bats come to town, another really good organization. So what does Nashville have to do to keep winning in Jacksonville and then bring that back to First Horizon for a series with the Bats?
Yeah, that Louisville series is going to be interesting because that Reds team right now at the big league level is basically the 2021 Louisville Bats. And we know how the Reds are faring win-loss wise at the major league level right now. It's not pretty. And Louisville, I think, has gotten a little bit thin as a result. This is a good example. We were just talking about the Brewers and how they've built their AAA team. Where the Reds are, my guess, not having looked at the Louisville roster here today, my guess is there are a lot of younger guys on that team because the Reds are just in a different spot right now, kind of big picture, than where the Brewers are. And you're right, they have had some really high-level prospects the last couple of years, and a lot of them are at the major league level right now with Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo. So it'll be interesting to see what they look like at the AAA level because they've gotten a little bit thin, but a lot of that is because they've promoted a lot of guys to the major league level who are probably taking some lumps early on, but long-term can still be promising big leaguers like Hunter Green. So part of it will be interesting. And Chris, I do have a nugget for you because I know we've talked about this the last few weeks on the promo calendar. June 10th is coming up for a fireworks night. Okay, the Friday fireworks will be June 10th. Okay,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I want to make sure fans realize, the Louisville series next week. Yes, we're home for 6. We go on the road after that for 2 weeks, so it's sort of a catch the sounds while you can because it'll be a little while. But when we do come back in early June, Chris Yao, Friday fireworks, June
I will
10th.
be there. I will be there with bells on. This Louisville team, Jeff, has 4 players on the 40-man.
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
And one of them happens to be Chapel Hill's very own Mike Miner.
There you go. Okay.
So he's on a rehab assignment right now. Yeah.
So it remains.
Eventually be.
It remains to be seen if he'll still be on that when they come in here. Then, but
yeah,
trust me, you'll sell a few tickets in Chapel Hill and out on West End if Mike Miner comes in here next week. So
no doubt. Well, that's a good stat though because I'm just looking at our roster right now. 8 current Sounds. A couple are on the IL, but 8 current Sounds are on the Brewers 40-man roster. So twice as many. If you're just looking at like how ready, how deep are we, how deep are we at the big league level, the Sound have higher quantity of their AAA guys on 40-man than what the Reds do. Probably again because the Reds, a lot of the guys that might be on that list at AAA are getting their chance right now because the Reds are in a different spot than the Brewers at the big league level.
I'm sure that the Sounds players are not disappointed that Hunter Green is not still in Louisville, although the Sounds ticket office may be.
He was fun to watch. I mean, I've watched the Brewers knock him around a little bit in the last few weeks. The Sounds had, again, this relative term, Hunter is extremely talented. He's just a flamethrower, and I bet he's going to have a long career. Sounds did some damage against last year, too. I think, in my opinion, Hunter's probably working on his second pitches because he doesn't get a movement on that triple-digit fastball. Now, again, it's triple digits. Eventually, guys can time that if the other stuff isn't there. He's still refining, even though he's at major league level. And it was fun to watch him last year. But I think our guys did, by the fourth or fifth inning, those outings, once they had him timed, they started to do some damage. And I think big league teams are doing that right now on Hunter. But long term,
they didn't do it in Atlanta on that first Sunday, I can assure you, Jeff. Atlanta had plenty of trouble with him, and I was watching it live and in person going, my goodness, this guy can play.
Well, the Brewers did damage, but the Braves have bigger bragging rights right now on the Brewers from last fall, so the Braves are still in a better spot. Yeah.
Jeff, we appreciate your time as always. Looking forward to talking with you again soon, and looking forward to the Louisville series this week. Should be a lot of fun.
Great. See you guys next week.
All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, NFL scheduling and how it affects college football. So, which is really what we care about. I mean, let's be honest here. So, stick around. Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. We'll be back after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in. Main Street Sports today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. let's stay in baseball for a minute. I know I teased the NFL and Titans schedule, and that's it. We're going to talk about it, I promise. But it may just be after halftime. Because, hey, Titans and Preds in the second half, Grizzlies in the second half, stay with baseball in the first half. It's like a synergy. It's almost like we planned this thing. Almost like we planned our shirts today, Mo. We've got our gray polos on and our Braves caps. It's like a
kind of twinsies.
Navy and gray shorts over here. Look, we didn't plan this, but
just kind of
does happen sometimes. When you spend as much time together as we have in the last couple of years, man.
Well, I wasn't wearing anything dark today.
No,
that's
not today.
For sure.
It's been rough out there, and it's rough in here.
It is rough in here. You're right.
Trying to get plenty of water.
Hashtag hydrate.
Yeah, no doubt. The Atlanta Braves will be taking on the San Diego Padres, and we won't be able to watch it.
If a Major League Baseball game took place and you couldn't watch it, did it really happen?
Yeah, that's the question. Atlanta will play on Apple Plus tonight and exclusively on Peacock on Sunday. Saturday,
10:30 start Central Time.
Hey, breakfast with the Braves, baby.
There you go.
I mean,
we should be used to that around here, shouldn't we?
Well, the Peacock thing, back in the day when NBC had the Sunday baseball thing, that they did it in the early afternoon. I don't think it was 11 o'clock. Was it Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday at 1.
Yeah, that's right.
It was Saturday at 1.
But it was early. It wasn't.
Because I would go out and mow a couple of yards, get back home, get cleaned up, have my notebook paper drawn off.
Ready to go.
Ready to keep score. Yeah.
Those were the days.
It's fun.
I'm excited that NBC wants to get back into baseball, but I hate that they want to be exclusively on a paid subscription network. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, NBC couldn't do this without MLB signing off on it, though.
No, you're right.
And it, as little sense as it makes for NBC, it makes less sense for a sport that says it's trying to get more people. It's trying to increase engagement.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here because I like to do that, right?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. If the Braves and the Padres were on their normal RSNs, everybody across the country, unless you have an MLB TV subscription, can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
By placing them on Peacock,
nobody can see them.
Peacock has quite a few subscribers. I don't think, and Major League Baseball wouldn't have done this if it hadn't been the ability to put it on national television, even if it was subscription based, with enough subscribers for it to go nationwide. And I think that's what they're trying to do is, especially Atlanta, who has faces like Ronald Acuna Jr. and Max Fried, who have been, kind of the face of the Braves, the face of the world champions. That's why you're seeing the Braves on these. And then, of course, you've got Tatis on the other side. You've got Manny Machado. It makes sense to want to expand them into other markets, but you're doing it at the expense of the local fans. I don't know why you don't put these on Peacock Plus nationwide, but your RSNs are still able to carry them. That's where they messed up.
Because it's too logical. That does make sense to be. I mean, you're right to put them in front of a national audience, expand the audience, but
not change the audience.
Right.
There's a little difference.
A huge difference because Braves fans are not happy.
No, and rightfully so. I mean, I have a Peacock subscription, so I'll see them on Sunday. But that's,
we need to talk after
because I have to have one.
We'll talk. Because I don't.
But I don't have an Apple subscription, and I'm not going to watch the game tonight because of it.
I ain't going to be on tonight no way. So
but still, And then tomorrow, it's at national television again. All three of these games, by the way, nationally televised. That's phenomenal because, again, those faces that I'm talking about, Matt Olson, Max Fried, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzy Albies, and then, of course, Tatis Machado on the other side. The Braves and Padres, they may not have Dodgers-Braves history, but when you're talking about faces of the game, these two franchises have more than any two other franchises put together. I mean, faces of the game.
Well, I mean, the Dodgers are going to talk to you about Mookie Betts and Bueller and
Mookie
and their first baseman
and Freddie. Mookie and Freddie, sure, but I still don't think that
Trey Turner.
You don't get Trey Turner's is not a face of Major League Baseball. He's just a great player. I'm talking about guys like Ronnie who
I
make
think that's
the game
part
fun.
of the problem, though, that your best players and your top faces aren't necessarily the same people, and I don't really understand why that is. Because Trey Turner's a top 10 player in Major League Baseball.
Trey Turner, Mike Trout, same type of player. They're business-like. Freddie Freeman, business guy. You know, he didn't enjoy, the chopping and the mixing and all that stuff. He did it because, he felt like he needed to be a leader on the team and be a part of that. But Tatis and even Marcell Ozuna, those are guys who Major League Baseball wants to make baseball fun, and those type of guys do that. The guys who swing at 3-0 and bat flip home runs, up by 10. That's fun. I don't care who you are.
But, and again, I don't disagree with you. You've got to get everybody on board with that, though, because not everybody is.
I don't disagree with that at all. It's interesting how Major League Baseball is trying to, and I give them credit for trying other things. I just don't think that they thought it completely through. And I'm not sure, Peacock may have said, no, it can't be on RSNs. If it's going to be on us, it's going to be on us. And if that's the case, Major League Baseball probably should have walked away and said, okay.
They can, and that's the thing. They can do that.
I'm not sure they know that. We may turn on Peacock on Sunday, and they may be on Ballot.
Not there, yeah. At 12:30, yeah.
We blacked out. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we did have that with the TBS games. They were on Bally as well, and this FS1 game is also going to be on Bally. So good luck finding it. Got two options.
Check your local listings.
Exactly. There you go. So interesting. But I'm excited about this series because, one, you get the Braves' top three arms. You get Darvish, Manaea, and Musgrove. The Padres' top three arms. This is going to be an exciting series.
But let's
from
hope
top
it
to
is.
bottom. I mean, based on history, because the Braves went to San Diego and took and split the series, the 4-game series, right? So split it 2-2. You've got your best versus their best. Let's play baseball. Let's have fun. As long as Ronald Acuna isn't favoring his knee too much, I'd love to see him play in this series, but I also don't want him to get hurt. So,
well, he's had 2 days off.
He has. So. Hopefully, he's rested up and ready to go. And I'm excited. If Charlie Morton can find a way, and it just works out that Morton and Manaea are very similar. Both have 2-3 records. Of course, Manea's ERA is lower, but it ain't great. It's still 3.75. That game, too, is going to be a couple of guys who really need to get right. And we'll be looking to do that against really good teams and offenses from each team. Then, of course, Kyle Wright and Musgrove on Sunday. Kyle Wright looking to bounce back after a tough second inning that was not entirely his own doing. Yeah. But nevertheless, it still gets charged to him. Yeah, so it's going to be a great series. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
Are we ready?
I think so. Let's go ahead and take it way back, not that far back, to this damn Braves history.
Way back for you on May 13th, 1998. Ron Klesko's 2-run homer in the 6th inning of the Braves' 10-2 win at St. Louis set a National League record and tied a Major League Baseball record as it gave the team home runs in 25 straight games. That mark has since been tied in the National League by the 2016 Padres and Cardinals and broken by the 2002 Rangers with 27 and the 2019 Yankees with 31. 31 straight games with a home run. That's nearly a fifth of the season.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, the balls were juiced back then.
We don't know if the balls are juiced or dead or what from one day to the next right now, I don't think. So it's going to be something to keep an eye on as the season progresses too, I think.
As we come to halftime, I got a question for you guys. So there's a poll on our Facebook. If you check our Facebook there, we have activated a poll, and we will talk about said poll at halftime. So stick around. Main Street Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bar and Joint, comes back after this.
Coach Tibbs at Lincoln County, another fine coach. So
he's the best coach in that family.
I'll let you work that out with the rest of the team.
You better clip that out, JP. We're gonna need to send that to Gregory.
Chad is the best coach, best tips coaching. We'll say that. Up at Lakeway Christian in
the middle of nowhere, Tennessee.
Great way of saying
it. In White Pine.
White Pine. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
No, I know.
I'm highly impressed that you know how to say that. That's tremendous.
I steal everything I do from Coach Kaufman. So
He
I guess you're gonna.
Yeah.
I guess you're either gonna get a lot of credit or a lot of blame, Randy.
Yeah. Listen, he set himself up for success because this one can go toward me now. That dude down there at Page, I don't know what he was teaching me.
There you go. Why are you walling off the corn? I mean, that's
the whole aura.
Yeah.
How do the ball players walk into the
Exactly.
field if the corn has a wall?
They're going to walk into a wall.
They're going to walk into a wall. I guess they walk through a wall. They're ghosts. But that's neither here nor there.
Let the only green there be the corn, not the money. Come on.
Go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead.
What? Do I get a ding?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Ding myself? All right, thank you.
Now they'll blow it in the night.
All right.
Throw my hat on upside down.
There we go. Oh, they will. They will.
And I've never seen a colorized photo of a Boston Bees uniform, so I don't know what colors they were. They were black and white. They were
Gray. Color had not been invented yet.
They were black, white, and gray.
They were black and white. Yeah.
They were black, white, and gray. That's what they were.
And you know that Chris Martell is all in on hockey just when you hear him pronounce the word organization.
That's pretty much the NBA news.
There's a shelf builder that's doing this just so.
That's who it was. The guy who builds shelves. Oh yeah, welcome back in. It's halftime. All right, Mo. Do you tip at Sonic?
Mm-hmm. I just had Sonic last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, look at there.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so my son was a car hop at one time at Sonic.
Oh,
Okay.
So full disclosure, he knows the value of tipping at Sonic.
And
Mo,
did
he have skates?
He did skate. I think he was
Really?
the only. I think at one time he was the only skater at the Sonic right there on Mallory across from Centennial. So
You deserve a tip for just wearing the skates alone, being able to do that.
well, he was an athlete, so
Yeah.
don't
Still
give him
takes
too much credit. Yeah, well, he had that.
Yep.
Well, you know, I hate that Sonic doesn't allow for tips on the card. right now.
Yeah, I
do
did
they
too.
not?
Most of them don't allow tips. They don't have a way to tip on the card. Now you don't have to sign either, so you can't leave a tip on that. So it's just unfortunate. Cash is the only way to go.
Well, that's interesting because I paid with my card, but I tipped cash, so I didn't even realize that was a thing. Didn't pay it any attention. Didn't think about it. Carry cash, Chris. I mean, I know you millennials aren't big on cash, but yeah, that
Weighs us
cash.
down, though. It weighs us
Hey,
down.
yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah,
got $9. $7. I tipped $2 at Slothful Waffle this morning.
At where?
Slothful Waffle.
Slothful waffle.
Yeah.
That's
Is it a slow waffle?
No, it is slow. It's slowly cooked. It's quarter of it's right over there.
I saw that to-go box over there.
It is a waffle infused with bacon. So there's
Whoa.
bacon in the waffle, and then they
Okay.
put this nice peach sauce on top of it. And with it's basically peach cobbler.
Where
on
is
top of-
this?
It's a food truck. He calls it the Peachy Pig.
I'm not a big peach guy, but I'm sure
Well, they've got.
if it's a waffle thing, I'm sure they'd have something that I would like.
Well-
Slothful waffle.
let me
That's
just
a good
tell you
name.
what.
Where does the sloth come in?
because it rhymes with waffle.
Okay.
The Slothful Waffle is a signature recipe waffle with organic maple syrup and homemade whipped cream. That's just the standard, waffle. But then you can get Meemaw's pecan pie topped with praline pecan sauce.
Hello.
You can get a Southern Sunshine, which has honey and cream cheese with fresh strawberries and blueberries and a honey drizzle. Or you can get Nutella with a toffee crumble or chocolate gravy.
Where have you been all my life?
Wow.
It's very
So there you go.
Alrighty.
Perfect Saturday morning right there.
Today I learned.
Today you learned. Here we go.
Okay.
But you do tip at Sonic. JP,
I do.
you tip at Sonic?
I try to when I have cash or any kind of coins.
Gen X. It ain't me. Get on JP for that. I got my $7.
Until it's gone.
I'm a cash tipper in most places because I like to write on there taxation is theft. and you don't have to claim cash tips if you don't.
There you go.
So
That's the thing. I like to give it directly to them so that they don't have to fight for it. Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
There you go. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the NFL and the Titans' new schedule, and we will talk to Pete Weber. So stick around. Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid Tennessee Bone and Joint. Back after this. This is Chris Yao with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. AP Tennessee Sports Editor, three-time Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year 2020 TSWA Hall of Famer. She covers the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies, college football, and hoops. Please make welcome Teresa Walker.
Former University of Tennessee, former Team USA Olympian, ex-Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey. R.A., did I miss anything?
Man, that was sweet. Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed every night. That was nice.
Has 5 sports Emmys. That's not bad for the other guy in Wham, Ryan McGee.
Other guy in Wham married the best looking girl, Bananarama. So other guy in Wham had a pretty good life.
From preps to pros, we're taking on the sports topics you care about. Tune in across Main Street Media social platforms at 2 p.m. or on demand on your podcast distribution platform of choice.
All right, we made a second half here on Main Street Sports Today. Coming up, we'll chat with Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators. As the season has concluded, reaction to the season, look ahead to what is next. Plus, we will dive into the Titans and the upcoming season schedule released last night. Our first reaction and a look ahead to the weekend. So all that coming up. Second half of Main Street Sports Today. Back to the Hall of Famer Mo Patton and the Sundrop Kid from Alabama, Chris Yao.
What's going on? Welcome into the second half. Main Street Sports Day presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Chris Yow, Mo Patton, JP Plant on the controls, the voice you just heard. All right, so currently the poll sits at 2 votes for yes and 2 votes for no on tipping at Sonic. So vote on Twitter if you so choose at @MS_sports today.
Did you say vote on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay.
Vote
cool.
on Twitter. NFL schedule was released, and
Let me ask you something.
all right, go ahead.
Why all the excitement about the schedule for a season that's still 4 months away?
Because it's something to talk about that involves the National Football League, which is the most popular professional league in America.
Just
It is interesting, though.
it seems somewhat contrived.
Well, so
me.
here's what someone posted on Twitter yesterday, and I love this idea. This is the team's official social media people. This is their Super Bowl.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're watching, have you seen these videos that they're all putting out? I think what we should do is put them all in a room and let them release their scheduled videos, and then we all vote on who had the best schedule release video. And then you have a, social media Super Bowl winner.
I think they'd appreciate that.
Sure. And again, it builds some excitement a little bit in the off season. You've got, some things going on. You may want to take the heat off of some, because rarely do you get good news, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, rookie minicamp started today and that sort of thing. Malik Willis apparently had a solid day. But yeah, so I guess that's the reason. It's just something positive to talk about. And, it's going to be a big deal no matter what. I don't remember it ever being this big of a deal. Like, I feel like this year it has kind of blown up into a big deal.
Coming off of the first 17 game schedule, maybe?
Perhaps.
I don't know.
But here are some notes of interest.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna hijack your spiel, because the one thing that concerned me about the Titans schedule is that they get their bye in week 6.
It's an early bye. That's an early bye.
It's a really early bye because it means you got to play 12 straight to finish up.
Yeah, but 12 straight to finish up, and
then if you don't get that bye, then you're rolling right into the postseason.
That's right. And so Baltimore to lead off the year. Then you've got Tampa, Arizona, and New York at home.
Is it Baltimore lead off? I thought they opened against the Giants.
Those
first three are preseason.
Those are preseason. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so you get those to kind of get your feet wet, right? You're not going to play Arizona. The third preseason game is useless. I mean, it's for USFL level players, or better than that. But but then you kick off the season with the Giants, which is a pretty good way to kick off the season, if being honest, especially when you got to go to Buffalo in week 2, and then you're back home for Vegas. But Indianapolis twice within 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I don't love that.
Before the bye, right?
You get him.
Oh,
you get him after the bye.
It's 1-1.
You get Indy on the road. Then you
Before the bye.
Then you go to Washington.
Then the bye. Then Indy coming out of the bye.
At least you get them out of the bye. But I don't understand why we're playing Indianapolis so quick.
Twice so early.
I mean, first half of the year, you don't give yourself any time to react, any time to adjust. You play them twice before you play Houston or Jacksonville at all. And
I don't know why you wouldn't go all the way through the division the first time and then play it the second time.
It's just the way it works out, apparently.
Surely.
And then, of course, you've got another 4-week span where you hope you can split because you've got at Kansas City, Denver's at home on a Thursday night. Then you've got is Denver. I think Denver's Thursday, and then Green Bay, or is Green Bay Thursday? JP, I can't.
Green Bay is a Thursday night. By the way, you guys may not be able to see, but the schedule is up on the screen.
So,
Green Bay is a
Thursday
Thursday
Denver
night.
is a Sunday night.
Denver is a noon kickoff on November 13th, and then Green Bay a Thursday night, and then they get another Thursday night football game in Week 17 versus Dallas.
Yeah, and they're on primetime. Which one is the Sunday night game? Is that Kansas City on
November the 6th at Kansas City.
So you've got Buffalo on Monday night, Kansas City on Sunday night. You've got Green Bay and Dallas on Thursday night.
Which the Thursday night on Prime, which has Al Michaels, and then Monday night has Joe Buck and and Herb Street, and of course Joe Buck and Aikman are on the Monday Night Football crew now.
Here is my biggest concern with the NFL schedule is because New Year's Day is on a Sunday, it has completely screwed up college football's bowl schedule. The Sugar Bowl is going to be played in the daytime. That's a problem to me.
It's a problem to everybody in New Orleans too.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it may not change a whole lot other than they don't have the whole day to load up before the game.
That's right. So you can enjoy the game. Then if you win, you celebrate. And if you lose, drown your sorrows all night long on.
Yeah, but again, they're going to do that anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that it might not be so bad for the Superdome people who don't have to deal with that.
But yeah, there you go. Those are the real winners right there. Yeah.
But it forces the semifinals back to December 31st again, which has not been traditionally good for ratings.
And New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. Do you remember when Alabama and Michigan State played on New Year's Eve and it was a blowout and like literally no one watched the game?
Including me.
I mean, nobody.
Yeah.
If you were not an Alabama fan, you were not watching that game. Yep. So they have completely hijacked college football's scheduling.
But I mean, what do you do about it?
Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. They're going to play on Christmas Eve this year. The Steelers and
that team.
The Immaculate Reception.
Raiders.
Yes. Gosh. They're going to play on Christmas Eve, prime time. I could not get that into my head.
That was an immaculate catch. Try to remember that.
Yes, thank you.
Done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Because anyway, they're going to play on Christmas Eve, prime time. That'll be cool. It's the 50th anniversary.
Oh God.
Of the Immaculate Reception. I know that makes you feel bad, right?
Lord.
But so yeah, there are some really cool things that can happen because of this, but also some really not so great things.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but holiday season should be interesting no matter what. We will talk more about the schedule next week. We'll have Josh Corey on, and that's going to be exciting. And we will also have, and Mo, you just got this nailed down, I assume. Mm-hmm. We'll have Jim Callis at 2:15 on Monday.
Yeah, Jim Callis from MLB.com to talk a little upcoming draft and current
and his mock draft. Yeah.
And again, Josh Corey of the Tennessee Titans will talk a little girls flag football and some other things, where that goes from here and what else.
So got a lot going on. Pete Weber standing by on the other side of the break. Stick around. Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint, returns after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Well, we didn't even get halfway through what I wanted to talk about in that last segment. We'll get there at some point in the future. We got plenty of time to talk about the schedule.
Yeah, since it doesn't start until after Labor Day.
Yeah, but I will say this: the Athletic has a strength of schedule, I guess, based on last year's results.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans have the 24th toughest schedule. Or I guess the 8th easiest or 7th easiest schedule.
How, I wonder? I mean, because isn't that thing calibrated as, since they were the AFC South champs, shouldn't they be playing the number ones from whatever other divisions they play against?
I guess because the Jaguars and the Texans are in the division. It kind of. Because it's based off winning percentage. And,
yeah.
I mean, it's
and they were the only team out of their division to make the playoffs, right?
Right. So they're only separated from 1 to 31 is only separated by 105 points.
Oh, wow.
So like there was a 567 winning percentage, and then the least difficult was 462. So it is calibrated, but it's just interesting how the Titans are in the bottom third. So it's interesting. Yeah, and
the air just kicked on.
Oh, did it? I hope so.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I was just looking through that. I thought that was interesting. The Nashville Predators, when they were as we talked yesterday with Christopher Martell, and I didn't mention this, but Philip Forsberg was asked point blank, what do you want? And he said the goal has always been to come back to Nashville. And he said that
we've heard that before.
Well, and we have. And he said that, basically at the trade deadline, when he didn't get traded, we just kind of stopped talking. Let's get through the year. We'll work on it on the other side. Now, he is an unrestricted free agent, but he's easily the best puck handler the Predators have, and it's not really close because they don't have any good puck handlers outside of him. So I think it's imperative for the general manager, whomever it may be, to get that deal done. And it certainly seems as if it's going to be David Boyle. And it also seems that it's going to be John Hines in the box.
Well, I feel like if it's going to be David Poyle, then it's going to be John Hines. I think it's probably an all or nothing type scenario between GM coach at this point. I think if there's a new GM, then that new GM is going to want their coach. And I think if it's Poyle, then I think it's been established that Hines is his coach. So I think those two guys are kind of joined at the hip at this point. They probably should be. I mean, because if Hines is ultimately unsuccessful, then maybe that will be the impetus for sweeping changes.
Yeah, and Christopher said he thought it was just time to rip the Band-Aid off and fully rebuild this team. Now, again,
I don't know that anybody wants to go through that, though, because particularly as an expansion franchise, you've watched that team grow from being an expansion franchise to playing in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I don't know if anybody wants to go back.
Well, here's one thing that I will say, all right, and we do have the voice of the Nashville Predators, Pete Weber, joining us now, but I will say this. As Braves fans, it was tough to go from 2013, that 2016 year in particular, but 2013 to 2017 was tough. But was last year worth it? Was it worth all the heartbreak that we went through in those years?
But you went through a lot to get to 2021, and 2021 was, until Game 6 was never a guarantee.
No.
So, but yeah. So I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree with it. It's just it's tough to see that far off, especially when you've been again where this Predators franchise has been.
The difference, and I'll let Pete talk about this. Mm-hmm. The difference in what the Braves did versus what the Predators would have to do is the Braves had to go get and draft those young players. The Predators already have them. They already have them. They just got to develop them. Pete Weber
just got to develop them. Oh,
that's the
doing well this afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry for my hookup difficulties here today. And
I have no
idea why they're doing this. I'll tell you though, that question about was it worth it for the Braves, you have to ask it for like 15 generations of Cubs fans from 1908 to 2016. That would make you probably think a little bit more deeply about the Braves' predicament.
Sure, but as it relates to the total, just ripping the Band-Aid off, taking your organization down to
to the bare bones.
To the bare bones. The Braves won the division in 2011. They should have won the division in 2012, but then after that they just said we're blowing it all up and we're going to start completely from scratch. And then they drafted some great players. They made some great trades over the time period. But the Predators already have a young nucleus coming up from Florida, from Milwaukee, and they've got a great core in Nashville. How is this team capable of just seeing this through? And eventually, it's going to get there.
I think so, and I hope so both. It's very difficult to be sure about anything like this, and I think that's the case in all of sports. Think about the Toronto Maple Leafs fans. They have a Game 7 tomorrow night in Toronto. They could have had Game 6 won last night and not worried about this. But they haven't won a playoff series since 2004. And it looks like they have a pretty good team right now. But if they don't win, there are going to be any manner of people in southern Ontario and across Canada who want to hit the dynamite plunger and blow it right up, which I think would be a bad move on their part. But you can never tell with development, and I think that's the way to go. Go out, draft, follow, develop, and I think that's the way to build a winner ultimately.
Well, is drafting 17th every year going to do that for the Predators?
Well, one year they drafted, they drafted fourth once. They drafted second. They drafted fourth again when they drafted Seth Jones, who then they subsequently traded to get a number one center in Ryan Johansson. That has been their problem. That they, in the early years in particular, they won too many games in those first few seasons. The first two seasons, they won 28 each time. That didn't put them in great shape for lottery picks or anything like that. So sometimes success can be too good for you.
That's kind of been, our question is, over time, you either have to blow it up and get high draft picks so that you can get the best prospects available, or you have to make great trades. And the Matt Duchene situation ultimately worked out this year, but not, you were really afraid of what was going to happen. And then, Kevin Fiala is playing fantastic for Minnesota. And you just go, sometimes it's about luck, right?
Yes,
it's just about luck in those trades.
No question about that. And Kevin Fiala, by the way, is going to be a restricted free agent for that Minnesota team. And unless they were to do some drastic trading away of talent, which I don't think they should do after getting to Game 6 last night against St. Louis, Kevin Fiala will be a restricted free agent and will be subject. Probably, I'm thinking there's more than a few teams who are contemplating an offer sheet for him, which the Wild could match. But if they do, I don't know if they will have the circumstances where they could actually match it and keep him. So there's all manner of problems with the salary cap and so on with this. But yeah, Kevin Fiala has played very well for them. This last year, I think really what John Hines got out of Matt Duchene and Philip Forsberg and Ryan Johansson probably should have had him getting maybe a little bit more consideration for the Dak Adams Trophy as the coach of the year in the league.
Look, you're not going to get any argument from me on that. This team certainly overachieved. I mean,
yes, it did.
Based on every expert in the world, this team should not have been anywhere near the playoffs. And yet,
correct,
they were playing for the 7 seed at one time and were leading the conference just a few months ago. So this is a team that is capable with just a few extra pieces. I mean, am I wrong?
I think.
Okay. I feel better now.
That's what I think. Just a few extra pieces. Kind of like I am at the dessert table.
Are those pieces in the system right now, or are they pieces we've got to go get?
One I'm looking forward to seeing in camp this fall will be Luke Evangelista, who was among the leading scorers in the Ontario Hockey League and just got assigned to Milwaukee. And also the goaltender Askarov, who just came over from Russia, who was the first-round pick, I think 14th overall a summer ago. And he's a guy that's going to need some more development because once they found out in Russia that he was thinking of coming over here, they shuffled him around, sent him down to lower-level leagues because they figured he was not in their immediate future whatsoever. So the idea was to try to scuttle his development, and we'll see how much of that scuttling was done.
Pete Weber, the voice of the Nashville Predators, with us here on Main Street Sports today. Pete, you just saw the NFL 2022 schedule reveal last night. Does the NHL do anything quite like that?
Thank God, no. We all want to see the schedule, but we don't want to necessarily turn it into a 2-hour network special, even if we own the network. But then again, it's an 82 game schedule as opposed to a 17 game schedule now for the NFL, and I can't wait to I know they're going to put this forward soon. They're going to go to 18 games, whether or not the Players Association agrees or not, because the owners in that league love to impose their will on the players, and they're able to do so because that's probably one of the weakest unions in all of sports.
And I guess there's just too much money to be made. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, if you can get all that money just to go on Amazon on Sunday nights, imagine, what you could do going on Main Street Media, like, for example, with the Tuesday afternoon game.
I mean, I'd pay for it. I got $7.
You might be doing it. You wouldn't pay for it. You might be doing it.
I would certainly do it. There's no question there.
I got $7.
Well, and then I won't have no money to tip, Mo. I can't give off my cash away.
There you go. Pete, appreciate your time here on this Friday afternoon. I don't want to make the week any longer than it already is. Here on this Friday afternoon, giving us some insight into the Nashville Predators. What's next for the voice of the Nashville Predators when there are no Nashville Predators?
Well, this morning I was in Clarksville at the new Montgomery County facility the Predators are putting together up there, and we had some announcements up there. We had, as some people would put it, we had a dog and pony show there this morning, and I came back without a dog and without a pony, but with having had a good time.
Well, so that brings me to my next point. You may be doing that soon here in our neck of the woods. It appears that Spring Hill and the Nashville Predators may be putting together a little deal. I'm excited about that over in the June Lake development.
Well, I have been told all my life, my professional life anyway, and that's long enough, that my specialty is shoveling. I'm not going to say shoveling what, but I might be. Yes, I could be involved in some sort of shovel work there.
Hey, a groundbreaking, and there he is.
Photo op.
We'll try to keep. Can we put you on the end so I can keep you out and don't break my camera?
So we can crop him out?
Just
sure.
Kidding. Yeah. No, hey, and real quick, oh man, I had it and I lost it. I had something else I wanted to ask.
Story of my life.
I forgot what it was.
I did too Monday night.
Sounds like me at the blackjack table. So I had it and I lost it.
You came out net positive.
I did.
So.
I did.
No, well, that's if I think of it, Pete, we'll get you back on, and I'll ask you. I'll ask you that.
Keep notes.
Meantime, tell Jeff M that to take good care of my one of my favorite sports loves.
Well,
is there a better nickname than the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, Pete?
Not that I can think of. Since in minor league hockey back in the 70s, Macon, Georgia's team was known as the Whoopie.
That's right, the Macon Whoopie.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
They were just that was the one right there.
Yeah.
So, Pete, we appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
All right, that is Pete Weber, the play-by-play voice of the Nashville Predators here on Main Street Sports Today. When we come back, what are we looking forward to this weekend? I'm looking forward to the Grizzlies SEC softball championship. Got a lot to talk about.
Not looking forward to watching the Braves.
Because you can't.
Because
So stick around. We'll be right back. We'll tell you exactly what we are excited about after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game, You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit customstonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, zioneagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's zioneagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in Main Street Sports Today, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. Final segment of this Friday, final segment of the week. Looking forward to the weekend. And we got a lot going on this weekend, Mo. Where are you going to be this weekend?
Goodness. When we get off the air, I'm going to head toward Nashville for the Division 2A Middle Region track finals up at Franklin Road Academy. So that's where I'll be this evening. Stop by, say hi. Be sure and hydrate.
Hydration.
And then
H2O.
Saturday, I will actually be.
I hope it's indoors because it's going to be.
No, it's not indoors. I will be helping address the umpiring shortage. Apparently,
if you're lucky.
Working at Brentwood. So, but Saturday's a big day, and it's unfortunate that I'm unavailable because there's two big events. Columbia Central's girls rugby team will be playing in a state championship up at Hendersonville against Ravenwood. That's at 11:30 tomorrow at the Sumner Rugby Park.
They have a whole park for rugby?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is. It is. It's very. And then
that's a fun sport to watch, isn't it?
It's
totally different.
It's totally different, and
if you don't understand it, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, and I don't quite understand it just because I've not been raised with it. You know, used to work with a guy, Scott Fields, who played it at UT, and he was our rugby guy. And
I can tell you the only thing I know about rugby as it pertains to my time at Jacksonville State was they threw the best parties.
Yes,
I think that's universal.
Uh-huh.
I think that's universal. Also tomorrow at 11:30 on the campus of Zion Christian Academy. It's lovely, and you got to see it.
Nice.
Well
done, Mo. Well done.
The Lady Eagles will be playing for the
TSI.
Tennessee State Independent Athletic Association softball championship. They are playing against South Haven. 2 words.
That's right.
South Haven,
not
Christian.
Mississippi.
Yeah, no. So
South Haven is up north in Sumner County somewhere.
Sumner County, Robertson County, up that way. Yeah, up the other side of Nashville. Yeah, but that's at 11:30 tomorrow as well. So if you want to see some state championship athletics prior to Spring Fling, you got an opportunity to do so at 11:30, either here in Columbia or up in Hendersonville.
I will be in War Trace tomorrow evening.
Is it wedding season already?
So here's the thing: I have a wedding in War Trace on Saturday evening. Have a wedding Sunday evening in War Trace. So I will just be leaving my equipment set up.
Same place?
Same place.
That's nice.
I have like 19 weddings there the rest of the year.
Can you not find a Airbnb and just hang out in War Trace?
Chill. Yeah, it would be cheaper to stay in,
especially now,
than driving
in this economy.
Exactly. So I will be there Saturday and Sunday evening. I may go over to Zion Christian tomorrow and try to get some photographicals. So
you could do that, but we have other options as well. We can talk about it after.
Either way, I may go over there, see what's up, see if there's anybody out there and having a good time on the hill, as they like to say.
Because it's
on a hill. But that's what I will be doing. JP, what you got?
Yes. Well, tomorrow, weather pending, scheduled to support a local high school football backer program. You can insert mascot, I'm sure you can determine, but at the local country club here. Scheduled to play golf tomorrow. I'm paired up with one coach, Nick Campbell, so that should be interesting tomorrow.
Oh, good Lord!
I haven't played in a while.
Can we just mic you guys up?
I'd like some video. I'd like some video of that.
Well, it'll take some major editing, but yeah.
No, we want the unedited version.
The unedited.
Yeah, Nick Campbell mic'd up on a golf course.
Yes, please.
That would be fun. What else you got?
We'll have to have a private YouTube channel for that. That's and I've got a new couch to put together on the deck at some point, and I'm afraid it's going to have to be done in the morning. So, but I'm heading over to Lynchburg tonight to do a little production for Brenda Lynn Allen's show at the Barbecue Caboose. Little barbecue sandwich tonight, on the square in downtown Lynchburg. So that should be fun tonight.
Downtown Lynchburg.
There's nothing but downtown Lynchburg, right?
As opposed
in
to
Lynchburg,
uptown.
There's only downtown, and then that's it. It's just farmland after that. Farmland and whiskey. That's all I have.
Before we get out, want to mention, and I cannot get to it at this moment, unfortunately, but apparently Ronald Acuna Jr. is not in the starting lineup for the Braves.
That's unfortunate. They give him one extra day if necessary. Whatever it takes to keep him the rest of the year.
But Travis D is in the leadoff spot.
Took merit. All right, Grizzlies at Warriors tonight. Grizzlies are +8, +295 to win. So here it is.
What you doing?
He's punching buttons.
It is a must-win game for both teams because if Golden State doesn't win tonight, they're not going to win this series. Obviously, Memphis is a must-win because they're down 3-2.
Mo,
Here's
you need to remind him. Scared money, what, Mo?
Don't make money.
We're doubling the normal bet. I'm not going to go all in. I'm not going all in.
You're just going most in, huh?
But I'm doubling my $50 bet, or my 25 to 50, plus 295. Memphis Grizzlies money line, 50 to win 147. Here we go.
So remind those that aren't gambling savvy, the money line. What do we need to look for that?
Memphis win.
Just
the money
straight up
line is the
win?
winner. That is a straight up
Picking
bet.
the winner?
Memphis is going to win. I bet 50 to win 147. Grizzlies. Mo?
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.